Alrighty, folks, the government is shut down. But what does it mean? What does it mean to this channel? What does it mean to Bo Exney, the concierge of small business lending? Does it mean that loans can't get done? Are they necessary and thus they're still there? What is going on, Bo? Government is shut down. What's going on with SBA financing?
Yeah, so I think we're not going to be able to get any new files done because you have to pull a case number, E-trans number, and I would imagine that we're not able to pull those numbers, and we're not able to sell off in the secondary market like many of the banks do, the guaranteed portion. So I think we're going to be sitting around for an extra a little bit of time. Everything's been taking a lot longer lately. So what's another, 35 days has been the longest government shutdown. That was in 2018. 96 was 21 days. 2013 was 16 days. 2018-19 shutdown cost the U.S. economy $11 billion in lost output, with $3 billion permanently lost, from what I researched.
Yeah. So again, I want to be very clear. So again, the government shutdown, you said earlier, means no new files. But what does it mean for the files that were in process? What if there was a file in process that was a week away from being completed? Will those get completed, or is everything just stuck and stopped?
Great question. I don't know if they already have a number pulled, and the lenders, typically a PLP is a preferred lender, so they can do everything in-house other than get the E-trans number. So I would imagine they could fund it, but the question is, will they fund it knowing that they might not sell off for 30 days or so? Will that impact them? I don't think it will. I think they'll push those deals through, would be my guess, but I don't have clarity on that at this point.
So it definitely will stop new pipeline. So again, people looking at buying franchises, buying business, because again, one of the steps they need is this number, which gets initiated by the Small Business Administration. So that's out. There is hope that existing pipeline probably gets slower. Wouldn't shock me. Maybe there are some financial institutions that want to de-risk and thus don't want to carry the paper, because again, how long will this last? Will it be 8 days like the average, or longer than the 35 days? There's even people talking about 61 days. 61 days being a magic number, because at day 60, we can actually furlough everyone permanently. Because again, there's a clause out there that says you have to give 60-day notice. So again, there's some people out there hoping Trump goes for the big 61. So again, this might take a while.
Yeah. I mean, we're still going to do business as normal. We're just going to have to wait and see on getting them to the touchdown.
Yep. To the finish line. Yep.
To the finish line. Like we have every day, there's new people that are buying businesses. So we're going to get this. I'm sure they'll work it out one way or the other, and it'll be business as normal. But yeah, there's always going to be, I don't think it's a good thing for, the economy. There's going to be some, people
bumps
might say,
in the road. Yeah.
Right. But what do we do as small business owners? We pivot, we adapt. There's alternative financing. Ultimately, though, SBA is the best financing for small business owners if you can, qualify for it. There's no better financing in the business realm for it. So, anyways, I'm not going to worry about it, because I think it's going to be a short period of time. But we need to be aware of what's going on in the world and how it's going to affect you and your pocketbook, which it will. Mm-hmm. But I also think anytime there's turmoil, there's opportunity. I know I'm looking to close on a piece of real estate here by the end of the year. And hopefully, how do I get that? Maybe I find, I was thinking about this before the show. It's like, I'd really like to buy a piece of real estate for the tax purposes of 2025. I've got to put it in operation. Maybe I find a landlord that says, hey, I have one property and I can carry 10% or 15%. You come in with 10. Well, you always talk about with the guy from
Velocity.
Stephen Dow,
Velocity Mortgage. Yeah.
And I was like, well, what if I found like a Zuber and said, hey, this one's not doing that great for me. It's a decent property, but here, you want it, And so I was thinking of that as a strategy. Like, who do you know that has a portfolio that says, hey, I'll sell this one, and then I'll finance 10 or 15%, and then you come in with 10%. It's a win-win for everybody. Yeah. And then you get the tax write-off. So I'm always thinking about, but there's some pretty amazing things, regardless of this downturn in the economy. I was listening to a Dan Martell YouTube video today, and he was talking about the 5 top AI apps, right? And
Mhm.
he talked about one called Lovable.
Hmm.
And I went on there. No kidding. I gave it an idea. It built a whole website for me, and I basically can go into business
Hmm.
today with this. I mean,
Wow.
it's like the perfect thing for an inventor or somebody with an idea, because you could literally go onto this thing and it built it out. It's
Yeah.
I mean, it's just amazing what AI will do, which can complement like what you're already doing. So like, I highly recommend watching that video, because it'll open your eyes about these tools we can use.
Mhm.
Anyways, I think in today's economy, in today's world, what do we do? Do we bury our heads, or do we grow, right? And
No, this is the time to lean in. Again, when I think about what you and I do every week together, we're trying to show people have plan Bs, trying to show franchises, vending machines. None of that stops. In fact, the thing that I think of today, given that we're going to have this little air pocket, this is the time to research. This is the time to get on your schedule to have conversations about what is right for me, what is right for my situation, what's a plan B, right? What are the service models? We had a great conversation with the painting company last week, the CEO, which I thought was really cool. That was really fun. So again, now's the time to lean in. Don't let fears make you stick your head in the ground. The world is always uncertain. It's how you react in uncertainty, and today's the day to dig in and find out what's right for you.
Yeah, I mean, we had one of the ORAT listeners. I started working with him maybe a year ago, and like like last week, I didn't even know. It was like boom, he submitted his application to SBA to get into the vending, right? And so I never, I'm never pressuring people, because look, it's a big decision to get into a business, but it's
Sure.
good that people are they're. He took a long time, and I respected the fact that he actually looked at Nick's company. He looked at a few others, and he just ended up saying, "Hey, vending makes more sense right now, because he does fairly well. He's got
Mhm.
retirement income coming into, and this is a great tax play, and it's a great starter gateway business." So I was just super excited when I saw that he submitted the application, because it's been like, I think maybe even over a year, right? And so
Mm.
the point is I'm always here for you guys. If I'm not hounding you, it's not because I don't care about you. It's
Yeah.
just that, like, I don't want to bug you, but I go at your pace. If you want me to move
Right.
fast, we'll move fast. And I respect the way everybody needs to work. There's another guy, really nice guy. He works for the federal government, and he's an ORAC guy. And we started talking like probably 2 years ago. Whenever I started this,
Mhm.
whenever we got on your channel for the first time, and he's going through some his wife is going through some health issues, and he's like, "Hey, wasn't trying to, like, dog you for all this time." And he explained what was going on, and it's pretty serious. And anyways, I'm always here, and it was good to have him
Yeah.
back in the loop. And now he's looking at businesses. So the point is I don't mind doing a 15, 20, 30-minute call with you guys, just to see where you're at and give you some ideas and show you some businesses. And it might be a year or two later that you're ready. And so now he's talking to two business models. One is payroll services, another is a bookkeeping business, which are more lifestyle businesses. And I think they're going to be really good for him. So I guess I'm just bringing this up is because, I've talked to lots of you out there. So if you're watching this now and you said, "Hey, I talked to Bo like 2 years ago, and, I haven't done anything," and, jump back on a call.
Yep.
Let's talk again. Let's figure out what we can do. I'm not going anywhere. I try to help people. My
Yeah.
goal is to help 1 million people in the
I
next
love
10 years.
I love that about you. Again, you created this website, onerentalmeeting.com. The first time we talked, I was shocked when we brought it the next time. It was awesome. You're committed to the community. You take calls. You work with people, whether it's they want to move fast or they want to move fast, move slow. You do the Zoracle. You do all these things that really show that you care about our community, which is why I love having you back. But folks, don't let the government shut down. Don't let AI. Don't let all these fear things out there. Take extreme ownership. Figure out what's right for you. Figure out if you want to start with vending or service or whatever it is. Bo is here to help. He's an asset to our community. He's helping our community become wealth builders. And I just appreciate you. Bo, where closing thoughts and where they can find you?
OneRentalMeeting.com. As simple as that. Closing thoughts are let's continue to grow. I'm on the treadmill every day. I'm taking my steps. I'm
Nice.
listening to podcasts or watching a podcast. I'm learning. I'm building in new revenue streams, other businesses that I can incorporate. I'm looking at strategic opportunities to buy real estate, to invest in other businesses. We're looking at a business right now where it's they're cousins and they want to own their own business. They're a little bit low liquidity. So myself and another two other guys are looking at making a small investment so they can get the SBA loan. And they're buying a franchise that's an existing franchise, but the guy never grew it. He's owned it for 12 years. He never grew it. And it was the idea of owning a franchise is not to be the guy in the truck. Granted, you can do it, but that's what this guy did. So the tough part is now the guy's 80 years old and he's selling the business and has declining revenue, and no banks like declining revenue. So we're trying to overcome that. But so I'm doing stuff like that, getting involved. I see a big opportunity to invest and partner up like I did in real estate, right? I didn't have the capital at a point in my life, and I still don't have all the capital I need. And I find people that have capital, and either they become a lender or they become a partner of some sort. So I think there's a lot of opportunity right now.
Yep, folks, at the end of the day, let's go. Let's figure out what's right for you. Go to onerentalmeeting.com, get on Bo's calendar, and have a great conversation with a great man. Bo, you're amazing. Take care. All is well.